Hi, my name is Kelly and I'm coming to you on behalf of Collective Recovery. In this video series, we're talking about goal setting. And so if you're watching this is the fourth video in this series. And today we are talking about actually when you set goals in recovery, it's really important to consistently evaluate those goals. And if you don't achieve a goal in a specific amount of time that you've set for yourself, not to be too hard on yourself, right? So goals are really, really, really powerful for those of us who are in recovery. When we get sober, we might have a lot of extra time on our hands, or maybe you just want to create and build a life that you don't need to escape from, right? The whole reason we get sober is so we can love our life and experience a really amazing life. And goals and setting goals and going after those goals actually help us do that, right? So in the first video, we talked about a method you can use called the SMART method. If you didn't get a chance to watch that video, go back and watch the video. And then the second video, we talked about the different types of goals you can set. That was a very great video to give you some insight, get the wheels turning on what goals you might want to set for yourself. And then the last video was all about making goals that are actually in alignment with your own personal values. And today we're talking about something to just bring it all together, which is this idea of consistently evaluating your goals. Now, this could be something that you make a commitment to yourself that you consistently are going to maybe weekly re-look at your goals. Maybe you look at your goals daily, right? And you take certain actions that are going to be in alignment with achieving those goals. But the whole point of this particular video is to consistently just be mindful of where you're at in achieving your goals. And this is not to beat yourself up. So we also want to say, don't be too hard on yourself. If you're finding yourself not achieving your goal, the whole point is not to be hard on yourself or beat yourself up. It's to simply be aware of maybe some things that you can do that might get you gaining some momentum towards achieving your goal, right? So it's not to set, goal setting is not to set yourself up for failure, but rather to just have some sort of positive thing to focus on, especially if you're in recovery. This is really powerful to direct your energy in a positive way, right? So here's some things to consider. If you are finding that your goal feels heavy, it feels overwhelming, or you're just being hard on yourself for not measuring up, it's definitely time to reevaluate your goal. And some questions that you might want to ask yourself in order to really just make sure that this is the right goal for you is the first one, is this a SMART goal? Which means, does this goal actually, is this something specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and is there a time frame that I can actually work with here, right? If you really find that you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe your goal is just not a SMART goal. It's not a realistic goal, or maybe you're putting too much pressure on the time frame for this goal to happen. Another question you might want to ask yourself is this something that I really, really want, or is it something that I think I want? Is this something that I think will just make me happy, or is it something that I think I should do in my life, or is it something I really genuinely want to achieve, right? Sometimes we make goals from from our mind instead of our heart. And when we actually align our goals with our heart center and really understand why we want to achieve a goal, that can actually give us momentum to go after our goals. Now, another question you might want to ask is this goal in alignment with your own personal values? Maybe it's not in alignment. Maybe it's something that you don't really value, or you think you value, but you don't. So that's some really great questions to ask. One last question that I like to ask is, especially if I'm feeling overwhelmed, is maybe am I focusing on too many goals at a time? Maybe I've just set too many goals and I need to chunk it down and I need to focus on one or two goals that I can actually easily achieve, right? And the more you actually break your goals down into smaller goals, things that are a little bit more manageable, you'll find that that gives you momentum. That gives you that momentum that you need in order to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, right? And the purpose of goal setting, again, is not because we want to like set the bar so high that we'll never measure up. It's just so that we're constantly improving and making progress, because recovering addicts, you know, we can get bored in recovery, and I know that full well. And so by setting goals and actually having things to look forward to, directing my energy, I have the ability to achieve, you know, so many amazing experiences. And I personally have had that experience for myself, and everyone that I know in recovery that has used goal setting as a tool in recovery has been able to also create an amazing life that we don't need to use alcohol or drugs anymore. So we hope that this video series helped you. Now, if you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, please give us a call at 1-866-UTAH-HOPE. Or you can go to our website at collectiverecoverycenter.com for your free benefits review, or just give us a message here and we'll be happy to help. Hopefully this video helped you. If you liked this video, hit the like button, and we will see you for the next video series.